Afternoon, and we're here back at the Monomoy High School building site. I'm Ed McManus, and with me today is Kevin Dorr with Mount Vernon Group Architects, who's been the on-site, pretty much the on-site architect as this has gone along, and Scott Carpenter, our superintendent of the Monomoy District. And we're just going to take a quick look. They're finally getting the front facade, front entryway, the glass in, and it's closed up permanently. And we'll let the cameraman take a pan up that way. But this is the sort of what you will be seeing as you drive by on Oak Street, and be very stand out, and also has the benefit of inserting a lot of light down the main corridor of the high school. How's the progress looking to you, Scott?
Well, I just came back from being inside the building, and it's coming along nicely. We have the classrooms are largely done, with the exception of flooring and some ceiling tiles. But with the color tile work, and even in the science labs, the cabinetry's in there, and the sinks, so you can really start to see that it is a science room, and what are going to be the classrooms. And we just passed a gentleman that was putting in trophy cases, so it's getting there.
Okay, well, we'll have somebody who can explain some of the differences from the last time we're through. Any comments from you, Kevin?
Nope. The building's coming along. The exterior is there now that the weather's cleared and spring has come. In the next month, 40 days, they'll be completing all the exterior windows, doors, and just finishing up the exterior. So
that'll be great. I know everybody's wondering what it'll look like when the yellow vapor barrier gets effaced or stuccoed over. So with that, we'll take a break and walk around and get inside the building and see some. So here we are in one of the classrooms on the second floor. It's been painted, and the lights are in, but also more importantly, some of the cabinetry has been placed and in position. Cabinets for storage of classroom stuff.
So you could imagine, books and other teaching supplies. You have storage that are about the size of 3 wardrobes on one side of the room, and then lining on the opposite side of the room underneath the windows. There are a whole series of storage cabinets that are really lockable bookshelves.
Okay, and the slots on the top are for the venting for the heat, which runs along that room, along the windows. And then on the wall behind the cameraman, high up on the wall, there's a couple of knockouts you can see, and in between that will be the interactive short-range projector, which will stick out about 2 feet and project on the wall and be the major sort of the new version of the old blackboard, I suppose.
Yeah, so it's actually something we're going to be using. They're called Epson Brightlink projectors, and these are projectors that are motion sensitive, so that they can sense what the teacher is writing on the board and record everything that's being written on the board, so that if a math homework problem gets worked on the board, the teacher can save that and then post that to the web, and have that accessible to students that aren't in class, or to have students go back and look at their look at what's being done in the class, to help them with their homework, or with studying for an exam.
So the teacher would use a dry erase pen to draw on the board?
Yes, so they would use a dry erase pen. They would be drawing on a conventional whiteboard, but through technology, they can, this would be interacting with the projection computer system.
Okay, and then likewise, they can, from the projection system, project an image that they're downloading from their computer on the whiteboard, I assume.
Correct. And in addition to that system also would be fully integrated into the school's AV capabilities. So you could imagine that We have a TV studio here within the new library or the new media center at Monomoy Regional High School, and you can imagine we'll have daily video newscasts that would be the announcements, replacing the, in a more traditional sense, the principal coming on over the loudspeaker, but we can actually produce the news, produce the announcements, and then stream them into each classroom through the system, but also make it available out on the web to parents so they know what's going on too.
Well, that sounds great. It's far cry from let's see, it was the Dean of Men who always made the announcements in my high school. Kevin, we're getting cabinets in. What are the next phases in finishing off these classrooms?
Next phase will be once they do the finish work with the cabinets, they'll be coming in and start putting the flooring down. There's still some more work to be done above ceiling, finishing that. And once that's done, they'll start putting in marker boards, tack boards in the space, and then paint it, and then pretty much the room will be done at that point.
And we'll be waiting for the furniture arrival sometime this summer.
Yes.
Okay, well, with that, we'll take a break and head down to the science lab area and see how the progress is there. All right, here we are in one of the science labs, and it's made great headway since we were here last 3 weeks ago when they were just bringing in the cabinets. Behind me is a cabinet sink, and this whole contraption, because it's chemicals and stuff are used here. It's an emergency washdown area in case somebody gets splattered with something they shouldn't. A lot of safety devices like that are built into all through the school. That back in my high school, you you ran to the sink and had everybody try and splash water at you if you had an accident.
Yeah, so you have the safety shower that that somebody could have access to along with the emergency eye wash. But I think the big difference between this and the room we just saw is that the science labs just have that much more storage, for all of the different equipment that the students would be using for experiments. So this is one of 6 science labs that we'll have at the Monomoy Regional High School, and we will be having a full range of sciences so that students will be able to even take at the advanced placement level environmental science, biology, chemistry, or physics at the AP level.
I notice in this science room, all of the sort of lab areas are around the outside. I remember in my day they were on benches inside the classroom. Has that been a change in design issues with the state?
Yeah, that's been changed. The state wants to have built-in flexibility in these spaces, and when you build islands in the middle of the classroom with sinks and gas, you basically lose all your flexibility. So you build all this casework around the perimeters, and there'll be tables coming off the perimeter casework, and then in the middle of the classroom, you'll have regular desks, but that could be switched up. You could move the tables that are around the perimeter, you can move them and set them up in the middle of the classroom. So that just builds flexibility into the space.
And plus, with having regular student desks in a pinch, if you need an extra classroom for an English class, you can use it. Whereas teaching an English class in the old system where everybody was sitting at a lab bench was a little hard to keep everybody's attention on the classwork.
It also gives us flexibility that we could teach any of the sciences in any one of these rooms. All of the countertops along the edges of the room have an epoxy surface to them, and through the construction project, the tables that we can move up to abut with these cabinets that could be used as peninsulas for experiments also have that same epoxy top, so that they're durable and last the life of this building.
Great. Okay. Well, this is starting to come together. One of the things as we leave, we're going to walk out, and in here is the science prep rooms, where the teachers will keep all the supplies and be able to prep between their classes for the next class coming up in a safe and well-organized manner. This prep room here spans 2 classrooms, so and it also gives the ability for, with the windows, for the instructors and teachers in the prep room to keep in touch with what's happening in the classroom. A little bit better oversight. Okay, with that we'll close down and move on. Okay, we're here in the auditorium, and it continues to make progress. They're getting some of the framing in down at the base of the upper tier of seating. Up above, they've finally completed all of the work that needed to happen up there, so now they've spray painted everything black. So during performances, you won't get any odd reflections or light leaks from up there. They continue to work in on the stage area, getting it finished up and ready to be finished off, and then have curtains and all of that sort of paraphernalia hung. And we'll be looking soon to starting to bring in the seats and get a sense of what it will look like.
Yeah, definitely. What they have next is, now that they've painted everything above, they could start going on the clouds. They have some of the clouds already hung, roughed in, so they can place mechanical, give it the right height, lights, etc. Other things will be along the walls. There's wood paneling that will be going up against the walls. So those are all things. You can't see it from here, but behind the stage, they've already started to do the rigging for all the theatrical performances, the different screens and lights that go with behind the stage work. That's already been started.
Great. And then when this is all finished, it'll be a great space for performances. I know I was contacted by some folks here in Harwich that have very close friends with a well-known popular musical performer who was going to be on the Cape late in August and wanted to do something for a benefit concert. And the first group that they looked at was the Monomoy schools. Unfortunately, I had to tell them that, well, it would be a little shaky trying to have a full-blown performance in the middle of August. We're probably not going to make it there. But that's the sort of thing that happens a lot on the Cape, with a lot of summer visitors being performers, and hopefully we'll be looking at that in the future.
Yeah, I think that this is just going to be a fabulous space. I mean, last week they just finished a production with the joint Chatham High School, Harwich High School, the joint Monomoy regional drama production of South Pacific, and I took my family to see the production at Harwich High School's Auditorium, and it was just a testament to the talent of our teenagers here in Monomoy, and then just to look at the space that group of performers will be able to perform in next year. It really takes that talent and gives them a really great venue to put on productions and to have the community come out and see the talent we have here.
Great. Okay, we'll take a break and head downstairs and finish up. All right, here we are in the what's referred to as the community entrance. This is the back entrance to the school. And entering in here for community events, there'll be the gymnasium in front of us for basketball games. I don't know. We don't have volleyball yet, but we might. All in time for those sorts of games. Behind us is the cafeteria, which is starting to get more and more finished off. Still some drywalling to do on some of the walls, but for any number of community events, whether it be a meeting or a fundraising meal, will happen there. And then just down the hallway here is the auditorium, which we were just in. And on the big wall up above there is the Monomoy M will be affixed, painted, or I'm not sure. What's the?
We're still working over the exact method of attaching it on there, but I don't think it will be a paint. I think it will be more of a sign materials rather than just painting something on there.
Okay. And then in some of these areas, there's room for ticket booth and refreshment counter and those sorts of things. And also, believe back in here, do we have room for some trophy cases in this area? Or
Actually, these openings you see right here, these are display cases, trophy cases.
oh, the ones down the hallway here.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them in this area.
Okay, so those will be lining either side of the hallway leading to the auditorium. But it's starting to finally close up. This was the toughest, one of the toughest things to handle, because it was, with the weather the way it was hard to get the roof to be dry in, and slowed up progress on a lot of these. But now that that's all behind us, where's the wood? Knock on wood. We're moving ahead.
I mean, this is a space that for the teens of Chatham and Harwich, this will be their town center. This is a spot that they'll be coming to basketball games, or across the hall here in the cafeteria, moving the tables out, and where their dances will be, or school productions, or variety shows. So this will be a great thing for our teens, but it's also a wonderful facility to have for the town too.
Sure. Okay. Well, with that, I think we'll wrap it up today. This has been Ed McManus
Scott Carpenter.
Kevin Dorr.
at the Monomoy Regional High School building site, and we'll see you again in about 3 weeks.